Welcome back to Bike Club, where rule number 1 is that you tell everyone about Bike Club. Last time we found some sweet gear at the Fit Box and hauled home a trove of loot from the desert before brawling through an epic horde night in the Octagon Arena, netting us 322 zombie TKOs. And this week I'd like to finalize the structure of the base. We'll start by framing things out and settle on a floor plan, which is going to require some pretty technical and dangerous work. Meanwhile, we'll be looking to get the motorcycle crafted, and then we'll be off to hunt down a bell that we can relocate to our base. And we only have 3 days to do this in, so the clock is ticking. Just remember rule number 6 of Bike Club, you gotta leave a like on the video and subscribe. Let's get started. To kick things off this morning, we gotta do a little bit of a garden harvest, and I have a fresh, brand new pair of farmer boots to help with the seed harvest, and I'll wear my old farmer outfit to give us a crop harvest bonus along with my 2 points in living off the land, and we'll see how good we can do here. Not too shabby, but still really not net positive in terms of seeds. So we'll get the super corn replanted. We'll just get everything replanted the best I can, and we can focus more on gardening a little bit later on. We just gotta make absolutely sure that we're growing as many hops as possible. Next up, we gotta craft ourselves a motorcycle, and I crafted up some burning barrels. We'll put those downstairs. Probably going to contribute significantly toward calling in a screamer, but I thought it would look really great down in the octagon for lighting. But how about the motorcycle chassis? Okay, 37 out of 44 steel. We might have enough then, won't we, to get that and the handlebars crafted. And we're 5 minutes away, basically. Maybe like 10 minutes away from getting a motorcycle. We have the batteries, we have the engines, we have the wheels. It's all good to go. What do we have for mods? Any like new vehicle mods that we've unlocked lately, or... We've got some saddlebags, they're down on the mini bike, and it looks like that's pretty much all we have unlocked. I'm gonna do some more raiding, I think. And the other thing we have to do is we gotta get some zombies over here. Oh, my leg is still in pretty rough shape from the broken leg and the broken arm that I got during Horde Night. But anyway, as of today, the zombies are... Whoa! The zombies are here! There's a whole bunch of them, I can see them. Wow! Yes, yes, yes. Come on over, my friends. Oh, my poor broken leg. 30 seconds away from healing, and we gotta deal with this now. Okay, I'm just gonna get them together and onto me. Yes, 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 and up. Whoop, nope. Ow. Jump! Get up there. I know your leg hurts, so I don't really care, man. And then we go straight over and button me up in here, and let's see what happens to the zombies. All right, they're heading up and in, and they are ragdolling. They're having such a hard time. This is what we were supposed to have all along. Oh, that looks painful. There we go. Loot bag again. Another one there. Yeah, they are almost incapable of landing on this pole here. Okay, well, that's more like it. This is not what we want for Horde Night then. We want more zombies in here on Horde Night, so we will have to reconfigure this so that we can get more zombies in here. We could do the plates like we had before. We could do the quarter poles like we started with, but this is not gonna do it. Maybe if we were fighting rads and stuff, we would want something like this, but for most Horde Nights, we do want them to get in here a little bit more efficiently. All right, Ananda Mira and all the rest of you, we've had enough fun. We've demonstrated things perfectly. This is how it was supposed to work all along, but better late than never. All right, time for a little bit of a brawl. Just clean up this mess, to be honest. Not too much of a challenge with just regulars here in the Pine Forest, but also not gonna get a whole lot of good stuff out of the loot bags either. Doesn't mean I don't like getting them. Haha. Whoop. Back of my head. Watch out. I think that's what happened during Horde Night. When I look back at my body cam footage, things were fine, and then I got hit once. I broke my arm, broke my leg, and got a concussion all with the same hit. It was absolutely brutal. What did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loot bags here. I'll throw on my rogue hood, but I'll forego using an eye candy, saving those mostly for the desert. And a reserve fuel tank mod schematic. And some glue and some extra steel. Nice. All the things we need to make the motorcycle and vehicle attachments. I'll see if I can get one of those crafted for sure. And otherwise, just the same old stuff. All right. A great way to start the morning. Excellent. And my leg is fully healed. Oh, right. Yes, I was going to put in some burning barrels. So, yeah, take these out, and in their place, put in a burning barrel. Again, gonna contribute to heat. That's okay. I haven't seen a screamer the whole time I've been here, so I'm not particularly worried about it. Let them come. And that's 8, and we have these poles here. I'll just take these out, because I don't think we're gonna put lanterns in here anymore. We ought to, oh, that's the other thing. I need to get some advanced engineering points so we can get the wiring stuff unlocked. And I forgot to buy the generator when it was for sale, and the traders have restocked as of this morning. So the one that Jen had for sale, we won't be able to get it, but maybe she'll have another, or maybe Bob will have one that we can buy. Just gonna fill those shapes in right there, and yes, okay. Do you suppose... Okay, what we need to do before we do construction is a sell-off so that I can get the 5,000 dukes, because we have that great heist book where if you have 5,000 dukes in your pocket, you can fall 15 meters without hurting yourself, and we're gonna be at risk of falling a lot as we finish off construction around here. So, with that said, let me get organized, and I'll get together a big box full of sellables. I will finish up crafting on the mini bike, and we'll haul everything straight over. Wow, how is that for an upgrade? A day 15 motorcycle with dual saddlebags and dual reserve fuel tanks. Gotta love it. Okay, we gotta get organized here because there's a lot going on with the sell-off. We need a sugar butt. I need to wear this ranger hat. It's the best I have for bartering. And then I need an awesome sauce, and I do have a backup pumpkin cheesecake if we need a bonus for buying. It says discount when bartering, but if you look at the stats, it is only when buying stuff, so we'll hold off. If there's anything expensive that I want to buy, I will consume that. Gonna slowly haul all of this stuff over here before my bonuses run out. Hello, Jen! How's it going? Makes me wonder if I have that thing, if I have a revolver, if I get a better deal that way, but I don't have a revolver anyway. So diamonds we can sell, gold and silver that we punch out of zombies we cannot. All of this can go though. How much money are we about to make? Enough, I think, to hold us over for a good long while, up to 21,000. And Jen, what do you have for sale? That's a really expensive anvil. That is way out of my price range. Wiring magazines, though, I'll take. Anything like really expensive that I want to buy? No, because we're already into the stuff I've sold her down here. Oh yeah, she's got quite a selection now, but her original inventory it stops right here, basically. So, handgun parts, a decent bunker buster, a decent grave digger mod. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's have this pumpkin cheesecake here. We have 42 seconds left on the awesome sauce, though, so we got to be quick about this. So your inventory, I'll take the wiring stuff. I'll take the steel. Just save us on the wrenching a little bit in case we want to make some extra mods. I'll take the grave digger. Structural brace, degradation 25%. Sure, I'll take it just to have it, I suppose, and I think that will do it for Jen. Extra lantern there, saved me like 4 rolls of duct tape, I guess, and that's gonna be it for this week, I think. We still got a job from Trader Jen. It's in the other town. We can hit that up if we have a chance. What do you got in the vending machine this morning, though? Extra sugar butt, we've got a skull crusher, and no awesome sauce. So we'll be in the market to pick one of those up next time I see one. And that's it. Now I can do the 15-meter fall thing if I have to, and we can officially, safely get started on construction. So that's what we'll do for the remainder of today and into the night. Let's head back to the base. Okay, we're doing pretty good here. I'm cooking up a whole bunch of steak over here on the campfire. The forge is all out of resources, you know? We should get the forge working while we're away. We don't really need forged iron or anything, but we do need clay soil so I can make a little bit of cobblestone. The base will mostly be wood because, I mean, as we've established, it just doesn't need to be anything stronger than that, especially way, way up here. But we will need some cobblestone to help with structural integrity. And we've got the new grave digger mod on the shovel, so we'll see if that's at all effective. And up here in the gearbox, I do have myself a miner outfit. The gloves and the helmet are just for ore. That is not going to help me very much against topsoil or clay, but the miner outfit will help with stamina cost, and I'll bring some coffee with me in case I run out of breath. Let's go get some clay soil then. And then it's kind of looking more and more like building is just going to have to be a nighttime activity despite the darkness. Okay, let's just come straight over here and Yeah, now that I consider it a little bit, I'm actually going to do some mining tonight instead of building, just for the sake of visibility. So I think we can work on this iron mine right here. I got my lantern with me. I've got my miner gear with me. Let's don all of that. And I've got some rock busters with me, so we can dig this down. We get a whole bunch of clay soil in the process. Let's begin. Alright, that ought to keep the forge busy for the next couple of days, and with that, I think we can get started on construction. Just having a quick meat stew and washing myself off here, and there we go. We're set to go. Just as a storm rolls in. Ah, no, I can't see anything now. Okay, just cooking up some extra water there. That makes it pretty simple. So what I will work on for now, while we can't see anything, outside at least, is I will continue the process like we were doing before, of just getting everything upgraded to regular old wood. I missed a whole bunch of spots inside here, and I want to get this all done up so we have extra strength, extra durability. You never know, a cop might come by someday, so let's get to work on this for a while. Aha, there we go. The storm is now clearing. Just gonna put some finishing touches inside here in the crafting room, and then we'll get outside to start the overhang project. Oh, we've got some screamers working their way in. Okay. Well, before we get started, one thing after the other, let's come over here. Let them scream. I want to test out my new brawling arena here. Let's quickly, though, get some, just anything for the zombies to land on, right? This worked pretty well in Horde Night. Let's try it out. Do the screamers know how to get to me, or no? Maybe I loosen them up a little bit. Get them angry? All right, let them come. Whoa! And that's it, all clear, but we got a whole bunch of loot bags as well. I love it when loot just gets delivered straight to your front doorstep. As long as it's not too often in the case of screamers. Once in a while, fine with me. 3 times a day, a little bit too much. But let's go check on these loot bags and see what we got. Was it only? I thought I saw a couple. Just this one over here? Well, what you got anyway? Couple in Handyland gets us a little bit closer to the nail gun. Wish I knew why they kept trying to go under the base. I wonder if I filled that thing in entirely underneath there, if that would prevent that, or I don't know. We'll try some things out if that becomes an issue on Horde Night. Okay, the first thing to do for the big main support call, also a cop shot at me over here for the first time, and it made me realize that this all needs to be upgraded, because if cops blow up in here and it's all wood during Horde Night, we will have a hole, a big fat hole in our octagon arena. But here's what we want to do here. I need my cobblestone shapes, and yeah, make sure I have a little bit of cobblestone left over here after I finish making these blocks. Just make like 50 of those. What I want is that spot there, upgrade those to cobble. Same thing on this side. And then we want to make some invisible support columns that are going to go up into the main frame of the base, right up into the wall, and then through the windows into the ceiling. So we're conferring stability from the ground all the way up into the very top of our base, because this thing over here is going to go way over there, and we'll need a series of invisible columns to get us there. We just want them, I mean, they could be regular cube-shaped columns. I don't think it would be too big of a deal, but aesthetically, I think the invisible columns will suit us better here. So what we want is, it's called the Catwalk V2 rail only double end, and you want this on its side. And of course, when you place that down, it is a variable shape, and so half of it will disappear if it abuts a full cube shape, and then it'll also disappear if it abuts another railing double end. And so we just run this all the way up, and I'm just making it out of cobblestone because this can get damaged if it were to experience a cop blast, or if there was a zombie over here that had enough time to destroy it, it could be lost. And these, we're only gonna have a few of these, so each one is super important. And then I could just bring over the main column of the base and up one more, and it disappeared. So that column is there, conferring stability, but it is not visible to us or the zombies. And so if we're back over here, we can see that I can't put a shape there because that column is definitely still there. We just can't see it. So I'm gonna run this up. We need 3 more that will be inside the octagon, and then 2 more that will be outside the octagon. And we'll want to solidify these all the way down. So this, the invisible column, this is the base of it right here that goes all the way to the ground. And the zombies have a history of breaking these shapes, so making it as strong as possible will hopefully give us some longevity there. I don't know, maybe I leave them a door so they can get in and out of there without getting stuck, or is that just inviting disaster into the bottom there? I don't know. So anyway, what we're gonna do next is the final 2 support columns. Gonna try to measure this out. I want the final support column to kind of overhang just a little bit from the edge of the base, and we want to be in line with the main wall here. So I'm thinking right about there is where we can dig in 1 column. I'll just put a little footer in there for it. Another one right there. And then we can run the invisible support columns from here all the way up. Oops, I went 1 too far, didn't I? Uh-oh. Can I reach that from here? Yes, just barely, but yeah, we've got a bit of a problem here. Here's what I'll do. I'll stand on this side. I'll knock this one out, and you see what happens. It kind of just, the next railing down reappears. Okay, so this is how far out the base is going to go right here. And then there's gonna be, and then we'll start to, well, I don't know, man. I don't know. We've got to fill the floor in at least a little bit, and then I can kind of go from there. Yeah, see what I mean? This is quite an undertaking, but once we get this done, it'll be a lot easier to finish up the construction. 1 more, and then can I sneak out there and finish this off? I can, and that's it. Yes, okay, now what? Oh boy. I'm not sure what happens next. I'm not sure how much stability this actually has right now. Oh my goodness. What is this, the monsoon season or something? This is crazy. I guess I'm gonna start working on upgrades again, and we'll finish up the frame out there in a little bit. Aha, there we go. The storm is clearing once more, which is fine. I mean, it just gives you some time to get these long overdue upgrades done. I'm gonna finish up what I'm working on, just this last pillar here, and then we'll resume the sweaty work over there. All right, here we go again. Let's see what kind of progress we can make here. So where those support pillars line up here is where I'm going to start spanning across all the way just to get the basic frame done. And then I'm gonna just fill in the rim here all the way around until I have a 5-meter wide, basically, I'm gonna call it the moon door, because it reminds me of the Eerie Castle in Game of Thrones, where there was just a big hole in the floor that went all the way down to the bottom of some ravine. And we're gonna have one of those as well. And I mean, the crafting area and storage is all back here, and the farm is over in the extension over this way, so I don't have a lot of plans for what to do with all this real estate over here, so what I'm kind of thinking we should do is bring this back even further, almost to where the wall of the base is down below. Yeah, there you go. We'll just pick all these shapes up. It'll be one humongous moon door. It's gonna be a little bit smaller than it looks right now, though. I'm just leaving some room for some trim shapes. And so for the trim, what we'll want to do is get I'm gonna probably go with the cube corner bevel and see how I like this initially. Yeah, just to kind of give it a little bit of a beveled edge. I'll run this all the way down. I'll put a cube corner bevel in the corners, and then we'll have a 3 by 20 or 3 by 15 moon door installed. And that ought to not only look pretty good, but I think we're trimming some of the weight by not having a whole big floor in here. And the last thing I'm going to do for the moon door is, of course, install a big safety railing, except for the fact, whoa. We got some company. But honestly, I'm kind of wondering if I'm far enough away they won't see or hear me. Can I just continue construction up here and let them kind of die of natural causes? We've already had a bunch of big fights today. Whoa! I fell out of the base. Now I'm down here. Might have to fight now. Damn it! I was trying to avoid this. Whoa. Hello, Arlene. Or maybe all of them did not see me. Yeah, they're all running around the Senor Drogus residence. And now we know where sleepers come from. They wander in, they find a house, they head inside, they get tired, they fall asleep, and then the building is repopulated. Good night, Kitsune Taku. And we had one loot bag from one of the wanderers that came in here. Where'd it go? There it is. Snag that up for a Jennifer's treasure map and a Furious Fist magazine. I'll read that one. Go dig it up someday when I need some more clay soil. And that was my point exactly on why we need to have a safety railing for the moon door, because I just accidentally bailed out trying to stare down that zombie horde. And now, well, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, do I really want to upgrade all of the... If I had a nail gun, it wouldn't be too bad, and we're pretty close to getting a nail gun, so I'm going to continue with like the variable shapes, and then I'll upgrade it to wood someday and get that extra XP for it. But yeah, we're just going to go all the way down with the cubes, and then I kind of want to do some fancy business with the windows, but that's going to take a little bit of trial and error to figure out exactly what I want here. Because what my thought is instead of making like one big continuous window, what if we made, similar to like the arrows that we're doing down there, I think this would fit the aesthetic that we have here pretty well. Yeah, and then we'll do like this one, and then the one we just did again, all the way down, making like these stripe formation type of windows. Maybe we'll do like 3 of these, and then we'll do one big window, and then we'll do 3 more down at the very end. Well, I'll play around with this, because there's going to be like a transition here at the end, and I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go. I'm going to try some ramps. I got to try to like link up the windows in a way that looks good. I want this to be like a little bit of like a morning lounging lookout area out here. So I'll work on this quietly throughout the night, and I'll catch up with you again first thing tomorrow morning. Okay, here we go again. Just wrapping up construction. Ran out of wood, basically. I have 1 wood left, and I have 1 wood shape left, and I'm just getting the forge started up this morning, and this is what we got so far. So I swapped, so these little, we'll call them hash marks, or like hash windows, I guess we'll say. We're always inventing new words when it comes to describing construction in 7 days, right? Well, they were going the other way. They were going this way, and I swapped them to go this way. I think it fits the aesthetic better. And then I was thinking I would switch sides on this side, but then I don't really like that because we're gonna overhang this edge of the base over here way out over the octagon arena, and this will basically just be like we'll put a railing across here, and it'll be like a nice open concept leading inside into the moon door, and we'll find something to kind of put along the borders here so that it's just not a big empty space. All in due time, I'm sure. Still gotta play around with it, gotta get more resources, and if you look closely in some spots, it whoop. Nope, I've done something that fixed it, but I was having some massive issues earlier with stability. And as you can see here, I did put like a little half-shape lip on the outside, which gives me good scaffolding, and it also kind of breaks up the texture of the appearance of the outside of the base. And we'll continue with that some other time. The task for today is, number 1, we got to get ourselves a bell, and then number 2, we've got a couple of missions to knock out. So, as another storm rolls in here, let me get packed up and I will meet you over at the fire station. Yep, let's get out of that big old nasty forest storm and into this desert town where it appears that, yeah, we're gonna get a storm over here as well. My goodness, it's gonna be one of those days, huh? So there was the question of possibly an airdrop being over here somewhere. Let's ride around real quick and see if I can find, oh, watch this, watch this. Haha! Oh, crap. That did not work very well, did it? Oh, my poor new motorcycle. Oh, no freaking way. It's right here. I was like, what is that thing flashing in front of me? It is the supply drop. Haha, yes. Okay, I'll go through that later. We are in a hurry to get up into this fire station here. Yep, here it is. Navezgane Fire Station, and... oh, I don't know if this one has a bell. We'll have to look around. I know where there's another bell in the forest if we can't do it. Let's hit it. Ah! No, the bees. And we've got like ranchers moving in, and I need to get inside. Oh boy, we've got zombies chasing me down. I'm taking severe damage. Inside we go. Inside, and get a bandage on me immediately. Shut the doors behind us, and we got a bit of a fight on our hands here, I think. Hopefully I'm sheltered enough. Am I? Nope. I'm losing my shelter status. We're getting some loot bags though. There's that. Open it up now. Nice shovel in there. What about in the back? Here we go. Feral, come on, bring it on. Sometimes when I get the 7th, whoa, a whole bunch of riches behind me. Whoa, give me all the loot bags. Hell yeah, another one. Another rancher back here. Must have been a cowboy convention around here somewhere. Whoa, okay, am I sheltered or what? What is happening? Ooh, okay. I think we're okay. I think is the storm over? I'm not sure. I'm gonna grab these loot bags up. Get them out of the way. I think... nope, the storm is still going on. I'm just sheltered finally. Ah, Coyote. Can we just leave him to it over there, please? Ugh, I gotta take a minute. Gather my wits. Another feral here. And a blue loot bag out there that I missed before. Grab that. Another steel shovel. Bandolier mod schematic, too. Nice. And on the floor here, explosive magazine. Okay. Let's start clearing this place out. We don't have to clear it out. We just have to get the supply satchel. It's upstairs somewhere, and keep an eye out for a bell somewhere. Hopefully we don't get much more attention from outside. Another steel shovel and 2 painkillers, my goodness. If I didn't know better, I'd say this was some kind of a landscaping station, not a fire station. Get a loot bag off of that guy. Another armored up, we're saving those for nerd outfit reading later on. And I think we're all clear downstairs, huh? And the coyote is on to me. Leave him to it. I don't want to kill him and then draw in more zombies, or do I? I mean, that's not a bad idea. Get some more loot bags, potentially. Whoop, the coyote's here. Oh, whoa, here we go. A big brawl. Wow. I'm bleeding. All I gotta do is kill somebody, though. Nope, I gotta get, I've got to kill. I've knocked some silver out of someone's teeth. Ooh. Yep, I'm in rough shape. Time for some guns, I think. Whoa, dude. Oh, with the last bullet in the friggin' magazine, I got him. Oh, wow, that got out of hand quickly with like 3 or 4 ferals. That is our future, I think, on Horde Night. And here come the zombies from outside for the coyote, which has been consumed, I think. I'm not sure. I couldn't even figure out what happened there. Quite a gaggle of zombies on the staircase here. Not a terrible way to fight them, kind of single file like that. Aha! An excellent source of cloth in here. I'll have all of this, please. And backpack's getting quite heavy. I do have some steroids here that I found today. I think in the ambulance downstairs. I'll have those now. I do believe the storm has lifted outside. We have a working vending machine here, too. Skull crushers! Hell yeah. And, oh, another one here. With Learning Elixir. Don't mind if I do. Pretty much try to take those every time I have Horde Night. Do we want Moonshine? I mean, yeah. Yeah, I kind of do want to get a little collection. What's that duration? 1 minute? It's not great, but in a really bad situation on Horde Night, that could save my life. I can't resist it. Just buy it all. Go ahead. And with that, we are heading up to the rooftop. I thought this might be a bell tower. It is not. Let me up here. What about that one? Is that a bell tower over there? Careful now. I think we're getting into the thick of things here. Ooh, we have a barrel here that we can use for offense. Yes, we do. Haha! Take that! Soften him up a little bit. Dodge that guy. Knock him down. Yeah. I wish I had some kind of a kicking attack that would go perfect with my brawling, or my martial arts, you could say. There we go. Now for the feral white. There we go. Got him down. And we're all clear. No, we're not. Hold on a second. Tie him here and Fusion coming in. Get rid of you. Give me some of my health back. Infection is creeping up there. Every time you take a hit, it increases. And we have a bell. Oh, nice. We've got it. Well, let's get the loot here, and then we'll have a little bit of fun on the way out, I think. Electronics box here, vehicle adventures. Over here, we've got another electronic box for a battery. Some wiring or trap books there. Gun store box gets me a sniper book. You know, I should be wearing my fancy looting hood, and while I'm in my backpack, I should clear things out a little bit. And might as well take myself an eye candy while I'm at it, because we're about to open the big chest and the weapons bag. So let's see what we get out of here first. Nothing much there. Shotgun book. And in the main chest. In on the first try, which gets me... Ooh, a pretty good treasure hunter mod here with 10% XP gain. That's really nice. Shotgun book here, tube extender mods, a tool magazine. Okay, could be better, could be worse, but here's what we're gonna do next. I'm going to take my axe out and give this a couple of punches. You know what you should do, though, is you should ring the bell and get the zombies during a storm. That way you have the higher likelihood for loot bags, I think, and the loot bags will have better loot in them. You'll get a little bit of a bonus. There's a savage country over there as well. Time is it? I don't know what time it is. It's early day, maybe like 10 or 11, I would say. Anyway, I came here for the bell, so the bell I shall ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What does that do for me? Oh, rads. Alrighty then. Well, let's get things started on that group right there. And then I'm gonna have the bell. I'm gonna have the bell with my wrench. It is a special feature that we have access to, and I can bring this home with me, correct? Yes, it's in my backpack now. And now, we wait for the zombies. Here they come. Coming up the spiral staircase, we've got a feral, we've got a bunch of regulars, we've got some rads. You know what? I'm gonna close that door and I'm gonna have a beer for this. I hear cars blowing up outside as well. Oh, feeling rowdy now. Haha, bring it on. Now, we sally forth and we clear out all these zombies. Oh man, we've got actually a huge mess at the bottom of the staircase here. Can we light them up down there? That'll help soften things up. Ooh, how do you like that now? Haha, rad, no problem. I'll just check the loot while I'm right here. A really nice steel axe and a nice chain mod as well. Read those. No, I can't grab the rest. I don't have enough backpack space. 4 skill points to spend. Oh, they've knocked out the staircase entirely. Dead. Dead, I think. Dead, I think as well. Oh, too generous. Wow. Okay, that is some really good stuff there. Oh, just, I don't know what to do. I want those boots for sure. I will give you the bow part and, get back. Okay, whoop, cha-ching. I got some gold or silver out of that one. And the rest of them, I think there's a whole bunch that are stuck in here. I'm just, hang on a second. I'm heading straight out now. Here we go. And gonna stash all my stuff in the motorcycle. Okay, we can continue looting now. Boom, take that. Feral cop again. Whoop. Getting a little bit busy here. Knock him down. You know what? Let him blow, let him blow, let him blow. Run, and take that. And I just need to kill a zombie to staunch the bleeding there. I've got really good clotting factors these days. I think that does it for the big battle, but I'm not done yet. Hold on one second. Since I've got the infection and it ain't going anywhere, let's continue the fight in the cop car. Break it, open it, and I hear some zombies outside. Wow, burning shaft mod and a really nice revolver and more zombies to kill. Whoa! Watch yourself there. Haha! Victory is mine once again. Hey, check that out over there. Some kind of a big army camp and a shotgun messiah right next door. Someday, we should return here and knock both of those out with an eye candy, huh? All right, mission accomplished. Let's get out of here before things get too out of hand. I gotta treat that infection anyway. And with that, I have failed the mission. I didn't get the freaking supplies. Ah, it's disappointing when I do that. I do it far too often. I shouldn't even take fetch missions because I'm like 50-50 on whether or not I'll forget to do it before I leave. The good news is I did pull a bunch of good loot out of that place, and mission was accomplished after all. We did get the bell. That's really what we set out to do. So let me get this stuff organized, and I think I'll have to do some wood chopping through the afternoon. Okay, real quick before we set out, we did get the treasure hunter mod. I don't have room for that yet, but I'll put it in someday. We did get some nomad boots, which are pretty good, but not the set that I'm wearing. The magnum, that'll be good for sell-offs eventually once we've read that book if we haven't already, and a couple of steel shovels with some magnitude stats, melee, power attack damage, block damage, durability, and all of that can go straight onto my... No, these are steel shovels. Who am I kidding? Okay. In that case, the magnitude stat on this steel shovel actually has a stamina cost that is lower than my iron shovel to begin with. So, yeah, we want to combine the steel shovels over here. That's going to get us... That's a really, really nice steel shovel right there. And I have this new steel axe with attacks per minute and durability to combine with the stamina cost, a really nice steel axe as well. And an infection that's kind of getting out of control, we're gonna have to take an actual antibiotic pharmaceutical pill to get rid of that at 11%. Yikes. Okay, now garden is grown. Oh boy. Okay, we gotta get this going so that we can continue crops and such like that. So get the seeds, get all the seeds, and get the farmer boots and farmer outfit on, and we can get all these crops harvested and replanted. Then we're gonna go do some trees. Okay, with my fresh new steel battle axe, I should be able to make really short work of this massive forest that we planted. Well, we harvested it the one time before, and now we gotta re-harvest it again and then get it all replanted for the second time. All right, that should do it right there. Let's get back to work on the base. Okay, basically what I'm gonna do first is just get the side wall framed in the same way as we have the other one. We'll just match them straight up and, you know, see if we have enough stability so far to prevent this from collapsing. We could always put some more pillars in if we have to. I'm going to put a safety railing across the lip here because I want this to be kind of, I don't know if you call it a balcony. This whole thing is kind of a balcony. Oh no, not again. Another epic zombie horde is working their way into the Senor Drogus residence, and I really don't want to deal with that right now. We'll see where they wind up, and maybe I'll deal with them later. Yeah, for now, I just want to continue working. I've had enough zombie killing adventures for one day. Whoa! Oh, thank goodness I have that book. Woo-hoo-hoo! That would have been a sure broken leg. Didn't even take any damage. Good to know. That's what I'm trying to do right here. Just get these, this is the hardest part probably right here, is this extension. Look, they're going into the forest. They were like, we sense that a bunch of zombies were killed over here, so we're gonna walk in and we're gonna repopulate this army camp. Haha. Well, joke's on them. That place is full of landmines. Yeah, so out here is one of the trickier parts of the build, because what I'm trying to do is, this is effective as scaffolding, but it's more for like the dimension of the base. I'm gonna go with half cubes on the bottom, and then when I get around to it, I'm actually gonna put a full new line of full cubes on the top, so there's a bit of an overhang, like an awning almost over the windows, and I think that'll break up some of the flatness, I guess you could say, of this side of the base over here. And these half cubes will mesh up pretty well against these cube corner bevels that we've made, and then it's gonna look like that top one there needs to come off, and we're gonna go with full cubes coming off the main support column to link up with the awning that we've created. Whoop, and then technically we've got to do the same thing on this side over here with these like triangular it's like a half ramp shape. And I think these will look pretty good. And then we run those full cubes right up to the edge, I think. I think this is gonna look pretty good. I might have to get out there and swap one shape out. Whoop! That is the situation we're trying to avoid. Whoop. Wow, okay, that was not terrible. It's inevitable when you're building at the structural integrity limits like I always do, though. You're gonna have some of those eventually. Okay, gotta do a big redo over there now. It's my fault. I was pulling some shapes out there because I noticed I put the wrong shape in the wrong spot, and that's what I get for it right there. Okay, not too bad. Just a minor setback. I'll have this all done back up again in no time. So we have this nice window system. I like how it goes up and down, and we've got some triangles, and we've got some nice angles here, but I'm not exactly sure what I want this to look like in its final form. So I'm going to leave it at that for a little bit until I can do some more experimenting. But for now, I think I'm going to spend the rest of my night trying to get this extension over here done, which is going to mean a few more invisible support pillars from the bottom. And, oh look, I can see my marker there, 13.5 meters, which means that's a safe fall. Haha, no problem. And yeah, so now that we're out here, I built as far as I could with the building limit before it'll collapse, so I can't put anything else up there. Now we just need to measure out, though, how far I want this to come out, and then I'll put the invisible support pillar in, and then we can bridge it across, you know what I mean? So that is the current end of the structure that we have. So that will be the terminal end of this sort of mini extension on this side for our farm, which means I want to dig this down 1 meter and place in a footer and get my Catwalk V2 rail only double ends back out to advanced rotation and put them on their side like so. And we start running this up all the way to the top again. There we go. And I'll just put a cobblestone end right there because the cobblestone confers more horizontal support than does wood. Okay, I'm gonna just carefully bridge across now. Then I'm gonna run up the double ends and cap it off with a cube, and we have successfully framed out the garden extension over here. But we're gonna have the same problem over here that we had on the other end, and that is I don't really know exactly how I'm going to do the window situation. It's gonna have to match what we're doing over there, so I'll have to chop some of these out. Ultimately, I didn't really like starting with a downward slope. I want to start with an upward slope instead, like we did over there. I think that looks a little sharper, a little bit cleaner. We're going to have to figure out the transition, the staircase, and the floor. Do we want a moonroof here, or... no, I don't think so. I think we'll just go with a regular old flat thing here. This is just gonna be a bit of an arduous task, isn't it? Yep. All right. Well, I'm gonna work on this for the remainder of the night. I'll see if I can get this finally framed out. And tomorrow we're gonna work on some ramps, some jumps, so that we can ride our motorcycle into the garage. Anyway, thank you very much for watching my back here these last couple of days. And just remember, rule number 6 of Bike Club is you gotta leave a like on the video and subscribe. And with that, I'll see you next time. I can't believe I failed that quest like that again. Like, how many times do I have to drive off without clearing the zombies or fetching the supplies before it finally gets into my head that I need to check on these things before I leave? Anyway, I'm sure I'm not the only one that does this, but we did get the bell, which reminds me, we gotta get that set up on the base somewhere, someplace special, someplace that we can reach during Horde Night, because my whole idea is that we're gonna like shoot an arrow up at the bell, bong, and summon a couple of zombies to kind of get warmed up right before Horde Night, right? So we have 2 episodes left to go this week, and I think the next episode tomorrow for me when I'm filming, I'll focus probably on building, getting some resources together, and basically just getting the final structure of these big extensions done, getting the ramps done so we can start parking inside the garage, and then we can just focus on upgrades basically thereafter. And then the next episode after that is going to be Horde Night, which is going to be pretty exciting, pretty spicy, but I don't want it to be too easy either. There's a fine line when you're doing a brawler between staying alive and just getting messed up and dying. So I don't know where we're gonna fall on that spectrum next time. Things are feeling a lot more challenging and a lot more, you know, my level out in the desert, so I think we'll just be focusing on raiding out in the desert from now on. I would really like to go to the desert or even to the snow biome or anywhere for that matter and try the bell thing. Just ring the bell 25 times, basically, as many times as you can ring it during a storm, kill all the zombies. We'll have like a big epic brawling punching montage, kill them all, get all the loot bags, take an eye candy. It'll be like Horde Night, but better, you know? Remember that one time we did a Horde Night in Occam's Razor during a storm, and the whole place filled up with loot bags, you couldn't even see the zombies, and then I ended up dying, but that's aside from the point. Anyway, just wanted to say a huge shout out to all my supporters over here. Hope you'll join us on the weekend live streams, and shout out to you as well for watching through to the end of this video, and I'll see you next time.